There we go. What's up, do yo homework? Yep, little impromptu, just kind of live stream here. Last time I tried to do one of these, we had to end early because we had some technical difficulties. Hopefully we're going to be better this time. So far it looks like you are the only person in here, so we'll wait for a few more people to show up and then we'll do some stuff. God damn. Waiting up for people to arrive. What time it is 3:45. All right. Oh no, wait. That looks like we got some few people here. My little YouTube is telling me that there are currently 3 people here. So hi, how you doing, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Little just impromptu live stream here. So yeah, no real like just gonna figure go live maybe for just a couple hours. Just bullshit, talk about whatever really. So yeah. Here, should I adjust this? Here, should we do this instead? Is this better? Oh, wow. All right. Yeah. There we go. That looks a bit better. Oh, yeah, no. Well, wow, we got a few people in here. Yep. Once again, for those of you who've been on the channel for like a decent amount of time will know that I used to film all my videos lurking in this shit while I do laundry. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Cat hair all over my keyboard. Jesus Christ. The pain of living with 3 cats and 2 dogs. Cat hair everywhere. Yeah, well, Oh, so we got 5 people now. All right, not bad. Let's see. It is 3:47. So yeah, we'll probably go for like a couple hours at least, maybe till like 6 or so, maybe somewhere around there, maybe probably. Who knows? We might even go later, depending on how many people show up and whatnot. But anyways, how's everybody? How's everybody doing? How are y'all doing? If you got any questions, feel free to ask them. If you got anything, really, just feel free to type it in the chat and all. And yeah, let's just see if we can get a conversation going. My animals have completely ruined my shirt collection. I love them though. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like, being a, me, I don't know why I'm struggling to speak all of a sudden, but yeah, I totally get that. Like every time I leave the house and I'll look down my shirt and I'll be like, oh Jesus, there is cat hair all over this shirt and I didn't even realize it. But yeah, of course you love them. I mean, they're annoying little fuckers, but can hardly blame them. Hey man, I think your mic is a bit boosted or something. Yeah, that. Yeah, here. Let me see if I can not do that. Let's see if I can adjust that, because if it's like ear-piercingly loud, then yeah, I'll quickly fix that. Sorry, this is an old laptop and an old thing, and like this thing is like 10 years old or something. Like this was my brother-in-law's old laptop that he gave to me, and he's like 10 years older than me, or not 10, like 8 years older than me, I think. Let's see. Here. So we're gonna see if I can. Hang on. Sorry, I am a technological Neanderthal, so forgive me. But here, I'm trying to figure this out, but I am very bad at what I do. Gotta stay strapped with the lint rollers at all time. Oh yeah, definitely. 100%. Yeah. Trying to figure this out. Come on. I am a technological Neanderthal, so I am I don't know how to fix this stuff. I'm just trying to, yeah. Here, micro. Oh, come on. Also, did you consider doing Gorguts discography ranking? Although it's like 6 albums, I think it's like, isn't it 5 albums? I think it's 5. Let's see. That's only 5 albums. Maybe, I don't know, 5 albums. That's like, because the shortest discographies I've done have only 6 albums. Like that, it was a Seraph Uncle and Vital Remains are like the 2 shortest discographies I've ranked, and they only have 6 albums. I mean, I think maybe I could do a Gorguts ranking. Like 5 albums, I feel like that's enough. It was like, if it's like anything less than 5, and it's like probably not. Pallades Dust is like a 30-minute song, I consider an EP, but I know Pallades Dust. I don't include like EPs in my discography ranking, so yeah, I might do a Gorguts discography ranking. I'm not like a giant Gore Guts fan, but I do like them. Mostly like the early stuff, like, you know, Considered Dead, Erosion of Sanity, stuff like that. I do enjoy some of the later stuff too. Like I think of Colored Sands is like a really good album, honestly. Yeah, no, I'd definitely do them. Do a regurgitation discog ranking. Yeah, the one. Yeah, number one, Tales of Necrophilia. Number two is also Tales of Necrophilia. Number three, Tales of Necrophilia. Yeah, maybe I'll do like a retro like review or something for Regurgitation, because I fucking love that album. Yeah, maybe I'll do like a retro review series or something like that for like one-off albums, or like bands only have like 2 albums. I don't know, man. Personally, I prefer Tales of Necrophilia. Ooh, spicy. That's a spicy take right there. Spicy. Jeez. You sure about that? That's quite a hot take there. I feel like you definitely piss off some people. Tales of Necrophilia over Tales of Necrophilia and Tales of Necrophilia? That's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. Yeah, maybe I'll do like because there are honestly like a few albums I feel like I could talk about for like that, because there's a bunch of like really cool, you know, like one-off, like not even just like death metal albums, but like just metal albums in general that I would really like to talk about. Like Soror I really wouldn't mind making a video about their album, which, because that album is just absolutely disgusting and I love it. Or even like even Rotting, maybe, you know. Yeah. Let's see, this is empty, so I am sitting here without a drink. Yeah, Entity is an insane album. It really, really is. It's a really just like slimy and like gross album. Like it took like it's like a Finnish like death metal album, but like somehow even more like gross and just evil sounding than a Finnish death metal album, because I feel like it's very comparable. I don't know, that whole kind of like style of like death metal is just something I really like. That really just really gross, really just kind of like oozing style of like old school death metal, like Cenotaph and Fester, shit like that. I don't know. I just really am kind of drawn to that stuff. Looks like the cat has chewed the end of my hoodie somewhat, which is annoying, but yep. Once again, living with 3 cats and 3 dogs. My favorite one-off in metal is probably Damar, Triumph Through Spears of Sacrilege. Damar. I don't know if I'm familiar with that. Huh. Lebanese black death metal from Lebanon. Triumph Through Spears of Sacrilege. Bestial war metal kind of band from Lebanon. All right, yeah, I'm just looking at their profile here on the archives. Similar artists. Yeah, Revenge, Blasphemy, Conqueror. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll probably have to check this out, because I think this seems like something that'd be right up my alley, because I am like a pretty big war metal fan. Yeah, no, I'll definitely check that out and get back to you with my opinion once I hear it. I don't know if I know any like Lebanon. We don't know if these people are like dead, alive, or even real. After that album's dudes literally disappeared, LMFAO. Nobody really knows what happened to them. Huh, that is really weird. So they just like, is it just like, did they like just like stop like making music in general, or did they like actually like disappear, like they went like missing and nobody's found them or something? I mean, they are from Iraq, LMFAO. Are they from Iraq? Because I'm on the archives. It says they're from Lebanon. Yeah, possibly executed. I mean, let's see, anti-Islam. I wouldn't rule that out as a possibility. My bet may have died in conflict. Also, could have been disappeared for making very blasphemous music in a religious autocracy. Yeah, but I mean, you got to give like, yeah, I mean, you got to give like these people kind of like credit. It is fucking pretty ballsy to like be in a country with like super strict religious laws and then make music like potentially putting your own life in danger to criticize your government and stuff, because like like musical artists like like you're here in the West don't really have to worry about like being like jailed, like for the most part. There's always exceptions, but most like music artists that here in like North America and like most of Europe don't really have to worry about going to jail simply for expressing certain views in a musical album. And like places like Iran and shit like that, it's like you can literally go to jail for this stuff, like anything that's considered blasphemous. It's crazy, but hats off to all those guys and all those bands. It definitely takes a lot of courage. Arguably the most metal thing of all time. I would definitely agree. Like that, yeah, that really is something. So, is there any like new releases or upcoming releases that any of you are really particularly looking forward to at all? Because I know I got my list of albums that I'm definitely looking forward to this year. I'm surprised you haven't done a video on Electric Wizard. Have I just not seen it yet? I would like to do like a ranking for Electric Wizard. I haven't done it quite yet, but yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of like doom metal bands that I want to do rankings for. Like, admittedly, Electric Wizard, I'm like, again, kind of like the whole Gorguts thing. I'm not like a super fan of them by any means, but I mean, I do like them, especially like the earlier material, Dope Throne, Let's Pray, shit like that. But yeah, I've definitely considered, definitely very heavily considered doing a ranking for them. That would be a lot of fun. I'm out of the loop on new releases. I find out like days before they come out, even for my favorite bands. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, especially with metal. There's like tons of killer releases coming out every week. It's super hard to keep up, especially if you're even just like looking at like the more popular bands, like even just like on the Wikipedia article for like new upcoming like metal releases 2025 in heavy metal music, just for like the month of April. Like we got so many like big bands like Legion, Benediction, LA Guns, like Epica, In the Woods, Caliban, Cancer, Louvieti, Ghost. So many albums coming out all the time. It's crazy. Come My Fanatics or Dope Throne, say it. Personally, for me, I would probably have to say Come My Fanatics. I think I like that album a little bit more. Although, honestly, probably my favorite Electric Wizard album overall is probably Let Us Pray. I think that album is honestly kind of maybe a bit underrated just because it came out right after Dope Throne and I don't see as many people talk about it. But yeah, I love that album. But out of Come My Fanatics versus Dope Throne, I'd say Come My Fanatics. Oh shit, New Cancer. Oh yeah, New Cancer album comes out April 25th. Yeah, New Cancer album. It's called Inverted World. They have released a single for it, I believe. I have not listened to it yet just because I don't really listen to singles before the full album drops, just because To me, it's like opening a Christmas present like before Christmas Day. It's kind of cheating a little bit, and I don't really do that. But yeah, April 25th, Cancer Inverted World. So yeah, definitely anticipating that. Killswitch Engage. Oh yeah, I actually have not heard of the new Killswitch Engage album. I might go back and listen to it. It's just Killswitch Engage is just a band I haven't really given much of a chance to like over the years, but who knows? Maybe I get in because I've heard some like really really good things about it. Like I've heard that album like borders on like death metal at points. Hey, managed to catch you? Yeah, what's up, Blood Mystic? How you doing? Yep, just a little impromptu live stream because it is Saturday and kind of bored and not really a whole lot going on. I don't work today. I which usually I would do work Saturdays, but I don't work today. I do work tomorrow though, so the last new releases I followed the build-ups to were the last Deicide, Brada Quinn, and Satanic Warmaster. Yeah, okay, yeah, oh yeah, those were the last Deicide I thought was okay. The whole like controversy about like the whole AI art thing. It's dumb. It's just I don't like it when bands use AI art because it's not that hard to pay a real artist. Like, yeah, like it's fine. Like it was fine. The last Bauerquin album, at first I was like, I kind of don't really like it, but then I went back and revisited it, and I really like it. It's just dumb, fun, brutal death metal, and I think it's just a really, and it's just a heavy, stupid album, and I like it. And then Last Satanic Warmaster, I really like that album a lot. Very nice, kind of like surprise at the end of the year, because that came out, December 15th, right? Was it December 15th? I know it was December. I think it was the 15th, but yeah, that was a really awesome album. I feel that I'm on the job right now, literally just sitting in my car waiting for a DoorDash order, lol. Yep, yeah. Yeah, actually, speaking of Satanic Warmaster, I just ordered the brand new. It's a bit of a spoiler for a future collection update, but I just ordered the Exaltation of Cruelty. I got it on a cassette, so hopefully it will be here fairly soon. Yep. Again, spoiler for future collection update. I got a bunch of like new cassettes, so not going to spoil it any further, but hopefully they'll be here soon. Yeah, sometime in the last few weeks of December. Looking at the archives, it was the 13th of December. Damn it, that's another band I should do a ranking for. There's a lot of bands I need to do like rankings for. I'm going to Metal Threat 2025 this October and buying everything they got at the merch stand. Metal Threat. I've heard of that festival, but I don't know. Oh, Metal Threat 2025. Chicago. Oh yeah, no wait, I've seen this before. Oh yeah, but dude, that is a sick lineup. Like, dude, Destroyer 666, Unleashed, Disma, Dead Congregation, Sargeist, Disaster. I didn't realize Disaster was still together. I thought they broke up. That's fucking sick. Usurper. Yeah, dude, this is a fucking absolutely stacked lineup. Holy God. Yeah, wow. Have you listened to Sadist? I have not listened to much of Sadist. I think I might check them out. I haven't heard like anything from Sadist. Like, I know they're like progressive death metal. I want to say, at least I think that's what it says on the archives. I know they're Italian. I do know that, but yeah, I haven't really listened to a whole lot from them. I did hear the last album was like pretty good though, so yeah, I'll probably give it a chance. Well, I thought this band was newer. Honestly, they're actually fairly old. First time it came out in 1983. Oh wow. You'd probably enjoy Tribe. All right, yeah, no, I will give that a chance then. Let's see, what does a similar artist tab say? I like to go on. This is the thing that I think, because even though like the archives are like kind of dumb when it comes to like their moderation and the bands they allow and stuff, the similar artist tab I think it really is a very useful feature. Similar artists: Death, Atheist, Nocturnus, Cynic, Pestilence, Edge of Sanity, Revocation. Okay, yeah, no, I'll give them a chance. I'll check them out. It was supposed to happen last year, but it got canceled because of people being upset at sketchy bands. Of course, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that shit's stupid. What are your thoughts on Solstice, by the way? Like the Death Thrash band, lol. Oh yeah, Solstice is really good. They're awesome. Yeah, really killer Death Thrash album. The is it the first album? I cannot remember the name of that. I cannot remember the name. It's the one with all the dudes like in the snow and stuff. I do not remember the name of that album though. Is it just self-titled? Yes, it is. This album is awesome. Really killer Death Thrash album. Really solid album. I haven't heard like everything from them, but from what I've heard, I really do like them. I think people were upset about Destroyer 666 and Impaled Nazarene, so rescheduled for this year with no Impaled Nazarene. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, that's just like a thing that really annoys me lately is people getting upset about, like sketchy bands and all that. Like it happened like fairly recently here, in Canada, because they had the Messe de Morts festival here not that long ago, which was like Marduk was there, and they were supposed to be like Graveland and Sargeist and Horna, and a bunch of people were like a bunch of like Antifa or whatever they were showed up and were like trying to like protest the bands and all that and trying to like shut down the festival basically. Like this, like I don't know, that whole thing. It's like, yeah, I mean, I get it if you like if you personally don't feel comfortable supporting like a band like Impaled Nazarene, then fine. But why do you have to go out and like ruin things for like other people just because you don't just because like you think they're like controversial? Like, do you really think you just like showing up and like protesting is gonna like make the fans of these bands change their minds? Because it's not. You're just like, I don't get it. Like, yeah. Rob Barrett plays amazing. Oh yeah, Rob Barrett is a great guitarist. Antifa Punk's protesting Marduk because it's the one black metal band they know is always hilarious to me. Yeah, I don't like. So I don't. This isn't like a politics channel or anything, but yeah, I don't really like talking politics. But I'll just say that shit is dumb as hell, boy. Yeah. But yeah, that Metal Threat, that's a sick lineup. It sucks Impaled Nazarene got dropped, but otherwise, dude, this is sick. Like, who else is on here? And Oceans, Nocturnal. Nocturnal's really good. At War. Oh wow, I didn't realize At War was still together. I thought At War broke up, but I guess they're still together. Huh. I know, right? I can't decide if I like that one or Prey more. Like, things are a little tighter on Prey ammo, but I don't know. I love the aggression in Rob Barrett's vocals on the self-titled too. Yeah, I'm literally a leftist globalist, but Impaled Nazarene exempt. Impaled Nazarene is extremely nationalist black metalism. My favorite shit ever. I don't know, man. I just like good riffs. Yeah, see, I don't really, do the whole politics thing, admittedly, but I just, like, if you need, like, I feel like a lot of people just want, like, the music they like to reflect the views that they like as well, or they'll, like, I mean, hell, that's, like, the only reason, like, why, like, artists like Kid Rock still have a career in the 21st century. It's not because people actually like his music, it's because they agree with his politics, right? Like that whole thing. It's like if you like let politics dominate your life so much to the point that you have to consume media that reflects your views, it's just like get over yourself, all right? Like not everything has to be all like that, right? Oh, Skyforger was there too. I haven't listened to much Skyforger, admittedly, but the band they previously were, Grindmaster Dead. That's another like really awesome like one-off like death metal album. What's it called? Stronger Than Love, I think is the name of the album. Stronger Than Hate, Stronger Than Love, something like that. Stronger Than Love. No, this is another like really cool one and done album before they broke up and changed to Skyforger. Nice Kid Rock shirt named Free Songs Poser. Yeah, do it. Uh, yeah, I honestly I don't know if I could name 3 Kid Rock songs. But with the do, but with the baba, some isn't that like one of his songs? But with the ba the Buddha, but with the ba. But I don't even know honestly. But with the ba. Been listening to more to Skull recently. Am I crazy for calling them the better Obituary lol? I mean, I don't know if I'd necessarily say they're better, but I mean, Mortal Skull's fucking awesome. I love Mortal Skull. I mean, yeah, they kind of are like basically the Midwest Obituary in a way, just super groovy, super awesome. Yeah, been listening to Mortal Skull. Yeah, I love Mortal Skull, especially the first 2 albums. The first 2 albums are incredible. Hell, the last album I thought was really good too. I really like that album. I think Dogma just kind of ruins everything at the end of the day for me personally. Yeah, I would agree personally. Yeah, I definitely agree that Dogma just kind of Dogma, just that kind of like whole political stuff just really ruins a lot of things, honestly. Similar vocals, similar production, mid-tempo-ish groovy death metal. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Mortal Skull, very comparable. Like they have a very Floridian kind of sound. Like honestly, I feel like Mortal Skull is like a bit underrated. Maybe if they were from like Florida, they would actually like have a bit more of a stronger following. Just because but again, they were from Wisconsin, where like the whole death metal scene just wasn't as sorry, voice crack. Where the whole death metal scene just wasn't as like big, I guess, and they didn't have as strong of like a local scene there, so I guess they kind of flew under the radar a little bit. But yeah, I love Mortal Skull. I think they're an absolutely amazing band. Their later stuff was better than Obituary's later stuff. Obituary just more legendary all time. I would agree with that, but I don't know. I really like the last 2 Obituary albums a lot. I like those albums like a lot. Like the self-titled and the Dying of Everything. I think those albums are absolutely awesome personally. Like kind of in between, like I would agree that like kind of in between The End Complete and like the self-titled album, they did kind of fall. It was a bit of a pitfall, honestly. Like they did kind of just were like, I was like, this, it's. I mean, they're all right, but they're not bad or anything. It's just kind of a bit stock. But I feel like from the self-titled and Dying of Everything, I feel like they kind of got back to more of a. I feel like they sound more inspired again in the more modern times. Admittedly, I haven't listened past Frozen in Time. Oh, listen to the last 2. The last 2 I think are really good. I feel like the last 2 are definitely their best material since like Cause of Death, for sure. Frozen in Time is pretty solid. I mean, Redneck Stomp, really cool instrumental, but yeah, not the best like death metal album, not by any means. Admittedly, I am a bit of an Obituary fanboy just because Obituary was like one of the first death metal bands I ever like got into, and yeah, like as soon as I heard the song "Chopped in Half," I was like, "That song's fucking awesome! I love him." Yeah, dude. I love Obituary. I mean, come on, and John Tardy, I think, is one of the best death metal vocalists ever. I've only just gotten big into Mortal Skull. Fucking love him. I almost accidentally started swerving back and forth between lanes when I was driving. First time I heard "A Century in Ruins." Oh yeah, dude, it'll do you. It will do that to you. I swear, you play him loud enough, you will just literally create. If you play Mortal Skull loud enough while you are driving, you will literally just create like a giant like rift in the middle of the road and just cause pandemonium and chaos because it's that just awesome. Looks like we're losing people. We're down to 2, as it appears to be me. Let's see. No concurrent viewers. I don't know how accurate these numbers are, honestly. Like, yep. How long were we going for? 35 minutes. We'll go for a little bit longer. Just see how how it goes and all that. Well, what did? Hold up, J-Dog's live streaming? I didn't know Justin Horrible did live streams. That's pretty neat. Oh yeah, the bass tone just brings out a primal monkey part of my brain. The riffs in that damn song, lol. Oh yeah, like dude, that whole album is like honestly like one of my favorite albums in terms of just like old school death metal, right? Right, like that like it's just riffs, man, riffs, and the production on that album too, fucking just stellar. I love it. He did just his first one a few weeks back. Oh yeah, must have missed it. Yeah, no. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder how that's. Yeah, no, I didn't know he started live streaming now. I clearly missed the first one. But yeah, more Skull rules. I need some of these OSDM revival bands to come back with some John Tardy or Chuck Schuldner's. Why they all sound like a boring version of Incantation? Yeah, that's kind of that's definitely a trend for a lot of these old school revival death OSDM revival bands. There, I tried to say the whole thing and it did not work. Yeah, no, I don't know why. Like Incantation worship is absolutely like huge now. Like it feels like for a while, like with the OSDM revival bands, like at first it was like the HM2 Buzzsaw, Entombed death metal thing, and then they kind of switched over to more like Morbid Angel worship, I would say, and then like Morbid Angel and Bolt Thrower worship, kind of, and then they've switched over to just like Incantation worship. And yeah, I agree though. I wish they would change up the sounds a little bit. Oh yeah, there's no filler on that album. I swear, whenever you feel like you're listening to the musical equivalent of a crowbar to the gut, knocking the wind out of you when listening to death metal, clearly they're doing something right. Yeah, I agree, 100%. Yeah. As humanity fades, I love this album. Like this whole album. Love the album cover too. It's got boobs on it, so of course I like it. When the Maggot Stomp wave fell off, I thought Incantation worship would slow down, but they just have not stopped. Yeah, no. I mean, I love Incantation, but I honestly kind of some people say like Incantation is responsible for like the new death, like for making the new modern death metal boring. Which even though I love Incantation, I would kind of agree, just because there are so many goddamn death metal bands out there that sound like Incantation. It's honestly crazy. Ace Fix definitely has that effect too, lol. Oh yeah, 100%. Ace Fix just devastatingly heavy, like especially because like they're like the thing I love about Ace Fix is that you have like obviously the blasting death metal section thing. You get those giant like doom moments where it's just these slow chunky riffs and it's just like and it's like holy fuck, that was heavy. Like, God, yeah. I mean, Ace Fix, my favorite death metal album of all time is Last One on Earth. So yeah. Oh hey, looks like we got a new person in here, Alexander E. Thoughts on the new Blood Incantation album? Personally for me, I really did not care for the new Blood Incantation album. I kind of I don't like. I know a lot of people love it, and a lot of people kind of praise it as like the best metal album of 2024. I saw it like on number one on a lot of year-end lists, but I don't know. For me, I just found it kind of a bit boring. A lot of people say it's like kind of the Pink Floyd of death metal. I'm not a Pink Floyd fan, so I feel like that maybe explains why I didn't really care for it. But Yeah, I don't know. New Blood Incantation album, I just didn't care for it really at all, honestly. It's not their fault they didn't know what they were going to spawn. Well, exactly, but yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they had no way of knowing, I'm sure. Like, but yeah, I agree. I feel like given like kind of the upper two OSDM revival trends kind of dropped out, I'm kind of wondering what is going to pop up next. Like, what eventually, I feel like this whole incantation worship thing is kind of going to drop off a little bit, and then they're probably going to switch over to something else. But the question is, what? Like maybe we'll get more like kind of, I don't know, honestly. Oh, hey, what's up, Fabriel? How you doing, bud? Thoughts on Van Halen? Oh, I love Van Halen. Van Halen is absolutely awesome. I'm mostly for me, Van Halen. I just like kind of the early stuff, like the self-titled, Women and Children First, Fair Warning. I mean, dude, just riffs, man, riffs and riffs and riffs for days. Yeah, the glam, mainly with like the glam Halen stuff and the Sammy Hagar stuff. Not big on that, but early Van Halen is absolutely golden for me when it comes to just classic rock. Love it. There's some newer, old school, death, doomy bands I've heard I've liked, but if it's just like straightforward incantation worship, I'm not interested. Gotta stand out a little at least. I mean, yeah, I feel like if it's more than just like kind of incantation worship, like if they're, because I mean, there are a lot of old school death metal bands, just like actual old school death metal bands that sound like incantation. And if honestly, if the sounds like kind of a little bit closer to that, if it's closer to something like like Rodervor maybe or Ricky Kulu, and that a little bit more kind of unique in that sense, then maybe it would be better. So yeah, I would agree with that. If it's just like like playing a few riffs from Onward to Go Gotha and having like a vocalist that sounds like Craig Pilliard, then yeah, just get out of here. My older cousin who got me into metal on accident by giving me all his old Metallica tour shows recently asked me if I liked Blood Incantation. Lol. Agree. Rodervor are so underrated. Oh yeah, dude, that Iniquitous, God, dude, that album is disgustingly heavy. That dude, the fucking bass tone on that album, that is just like the chunkiest, heaviest bass tone I think I've ever heard. Like, just oh yeah, that album is so just disgusting, and the vocals too. Like, yeah, that album was fucking heavy, and I love it. Rodervor goated. I fucking love Rodervor. Yeah. Rodervor are fucking awesome. Actually, they got back together like fairly recently too, didn't they? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2021. Yeah, but dude, this album is fucking incredible. It's like, I don't know, to me it's kind of like a cross. It's like a mixture between like incantation and like pertinence. I feel like, or just like it's like it feels like if incantation was a Finnish death metal band. I feel like that's how I would describe Rodervor. Yeah, yeah. I could go on and on. I love that album. Incantation plus suffocation, maybe. Oh yeah, definitely a little bit of like suffocation in there too. I'd even say there's maybe just a hint of like immolation in there as well. I don't know. I guess maybe you could just say like kind of like New York death metal plus Finnish death metal. If you took like the kind of East Coast death metal, or yeah, like the East Coast death metal and Finnish death metal, and combine them together, you would get Rodervor, because they're really a perfect blend of those two different styles. And again, yeah. Love that one album. It's a shame they never put out like another album. I know they put out that EP like when was it? Let me look on the archives. 2013. Yeah, that EP was pretty solid, and but yeah, only that one album. I think Rodervor was one of the first really underground OSDM bands I discovered. I found a Relapse compilation with Incantation, Monstrosity, and Repulsion on it too. I was hooked a lot. Oh yeah, those old old compilation albums. They don't really make those like anymore, but yeah, like those. I think those were really cool, and that's another great way to just get introduced to bands, because I know like obviously Relapse and Roadrunner and bands like that would all put out these compilations of like new artists and stuff, and I think those are really cool. I wish they like kept making those, because I mean, those are like really like having physical copies. Those are like really, really rare nowadays, at least. Unless you want to go on Discogs and pay $400 for one, plus like $120 for shipping. Because yeah, honestly, that's the worst part for me for buying like merch and stuff in like most places. It's not even just like the price of the merch itself; it's the shipping costs that always get me. Because it's like, oh hey, I could get this, this vinyl for only $30, but oh fuck me, it's $34 for shipping. I think modern music consumption has eliminated the need for compilation tapes with streaming, but man, the true heads will still buy that shit. I wish there was modern comp tapes. Yeah, exactly. I would 100% buy compilation tapes because yeah, I just think they're awesome. I actually finally got Effigy by Suffocation on vinyl in the mail today. Finally, sick. I've been putting off on getting that forever, but it was so worth it. Oh yeah, dude, Effigy. I mean, come on, it's one of the greatest death metal albums of all time. That is like the birth of like brutal death metal right there. Like, yeah, I know Human Waste came out before, but that really is the album that got the ball rolling for, brutal death metal. Because in 1991, there was really nothing that sounded like Suffocation. The closest there was like, oh, sorry, my nose is all itchy. The closest there was like Cannibal Corpse, and that's, and even then, it's like that's still like kind of not super close to Suffocation. I mean, it is, but Suffocation are definitely a bit more brutal, definitely more technical too. But yeah, no, Effigy, great album. I still need to get it. Honestly, I've thought about getting it, but yeah, been listening to a lot of Suffo lately. Nice. Suffo is probably my favorite band of all time. I mean, I don't blame you. Suffocation are fucking killer. They are. That was a really fun discography to go through. That was a really fun band to rank because it's difficult too, though, because they are very, 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 very consistent. Pierce from Moon will always be my favorite. That's my number 2. It is a really, it's a really close battle between Effigy and Pierce from Within, but I give the slight edge to Effigy. Like, dude, Legion of Immorosity, the title track, Seeds of Suffering, Involuntary Slaughter. You have Corpse Grinder doing backing vocals on that album too, which is fucking sick. Like, Frank Mullen and Corpse Grinder on a song is just, boy. Suspended in Tribulation Dam. Oh yeah, that song, it absolutely kickstick. But my favorite song off of Pierce from Within is probably Depths of Depravity. I fucking love that song. Dude, just when that crawling bass, at the beginning, and then just get these giant riffs in it, and Frank Mullen, yeah, no, that I mean, again, it's like 1A and 1B, but I give the ever so slight edge to Effigy. I actually saw Frank on his last tour. That was such a sick show. I saw MILF Titties too, which made it even better. I obviously I've never got to see Suffocation with Frank, because they got Ricky from Disgorge now doing vocals. I think he's doing a really solid job, honestly. Like, I thought the last Suffocation album was pretty good. Hymns from the Apocrypha. I always mess up that word. Yeah. What is essential Death Doom in your opinion? I mean, I don't know, dude. There's a lot of really essential like Death Doom albums. I mean, obviously, Disembowelment transcends into the peripheral. Winter into Darkness. If you want to talk more Cyanide, that's definitely another one. If you want to talk about like more like melodic Death Doom, I would say Paradise Lost, Gothic, My Dying Bride, Turn Loose the Swans, Saturnus, Paradise Belongs to You. What else? Swallow the Sun, The Morning Never Came. That's still probably my favorite Swallow the Sun album. I don't know. There's a lot of like Death Doom albums I would argue are pretty essential. Like, yeah, Cyanide's definitely one of them too. I mean, again, Ace Fix, Last One on Earth, Autopsy, Mental Funeral, all those albums I think are like pretty damn essential. Suffo is great. Blood Oath is a great album. Worth giving that an extra chance. Blood Oath isn't that bad. Blood Oath is decent. I did have it ranked last when I did Suffocation, but I don't think it's a bad album. There are some good songs in there. It's just like, production's not the best, and I feel like the songwriting also wasn't necessarily the best. But yeah. Cyanide is goated, greatest Death Doom ever, MO. I mean, I don't blame you, dude. Cyanide, is amazing. Like, dude, the first album, absolutely incredible. Like really, it's kind of like very much in the same thing as Winter, which is like their Celtic frost worship, kind of vein of like Death Doom, which I really like because I'm also a big Celtic frost fan and all that. The fucking snare on the first album is one of the greatest things I've ever heard to this day. That just the fucking reverb on that, like let's bring back like those snare sounds in like metal, please. Like just like that huge snare with all the reverb. Their most underrated is Souls to Deny IMO. Every song is great. Souls to Deny is a solid album. It's kind of more middle of the road for me when I did Suffocation, but I still like it. Like, I think it's a solid album. It's just not my personal favorite. But yeah, it's a good album. I mean, I think every Suffocation album is at the very least pretty good. That album's what got me into extreme death metal. First stuff I heard. Yeah, no, if you got into that, then I don't blame you at all for like really, really loving that album. I'm trying to think of what my first Suffocation album was. It probably was Effigy. It was either Effigy or Preach from Within. I don't know. I think I probably listened to both around the same time. So, yeah. First 5 albums are all 10 out of 10 IMO. Yeah, no, I would mostly agree. Bringing the Spawn would be a 10 out of 10 if the production wasn't so rough. Where it says currently, it's like a 9 out of 10 for me, but just because the production on it is not good at all. But if it had better production, it would 100% be a 10 out of 10. Because I still love every single song off of that album. Like, dude, Marital Decimation and Ballistic Offerings, those 2 songs alone really are enough to save that entire album for me. Man, Title Track's killer. Like, I just wish they would like actually like get around to doing like a reissue of that album, because they've been slowly re-recording that album, like a couple songs every now and then, but like not a full reissue yet because excuse me, because I don't know, I guess Roadrunner does Roadrunner still like own the rights to bring the Spawn, because they just and Roadrunner are a bunch of fuckers. They were one of the best like labels in metal at that point, and nowadays they're just like, what the fuck happened? How do you go from signing Suffocation to signing Nickelback? That's my question. Big AM Sorrows, another killer song. That was a self-titled for me, honestly. Definitely one of the first death metal CDs I ever got in my collection. Lol. Yeah, the self-titled was pretty solid too. Although, admittedly, my first introduction to like brutal death metal as a whole for me was actually Cryptopsy, None So Vile. That was the very first like brutal death metal I ever got into. I mean, again, I guess you could make, I don't know, some people still argue that, I'm going to take something, a little warm Camel Corpse is brutal death metal. Personally, I disagree with that. I think they're just like, just old school death metal. But yeah, my first brutal death metal album was None So Vile. And I still love that album. Ba-da-ba. I said they were only brutal death metal on Tomb of the Mutilated and Butchered at Birth. I could definitely see an argument for that. They're definitely, I mean, those albums are definitely like a bit heavier than some of their layer stuff, because especially with like a lot more layer stuff, there's definitely more melody, more kind of like technicality and all that. So yeah, I could definitely see an argument for that. Definitely. Layer stuff. Yeah, no. I definitely agree with that, definitely. Yeah, totally agree with that. I think the first brutal death metal song I ever heard was actually Maniacal Miscreation by Cerebral Bore. I forget the chick who fronted its name, but holy shit. Cerebral, I don't know if I actually need to check out more Cerebral Bore. I feel like that's one of the bands I should know, but I don't. I think I got Cerebral Bore mixed up with Cerebral Hemorrhage. Or Hemorrhage. I think I got these two bands mixed up. So I thought like I listened to Cerebral Bore when I really hadn't. But, I definitely need to check out Cerebral Bore. But, Cerebral Hemorrhage is really good too. I don't like, but yeah. Again, one of these bands I probably should know, but I just don't. There's still like a lot of bands out there that like I should be familiar with. But I'm just not favorite Cerebral band. Probably Cerebral Hemorrhage for me. Really awesome. Went off brutal death metal. But there is an awful lot of bands called Cerebral on the archives here. I guess that's kind of to be expected. Bore, Hemorrhage, or Incubation. Bore, Hemorrhage, or Incubation. Oh, you're forgetting. Let's see. Cerebral abscess, cerebral atrophy, cerebral autophagy, cerebral bifurcation, cerebral cannibal, carnage, coma, concussion, contortion, contusion, corrosion, cortex, damage, death, deformity, depravity, desecration, desolation, devastation, digestion, dysfunction, distortion, earthquake, enema, effusion, encephalotomy, enema, engorgement, extinction, fix, gate, infected, infection, insane, invasion, mass, miasma, mist, mutilation, necros, noise, onslaught, paralysis, parasite, prolapse, putridity, recalibration, rot, scar, secretion, slaughter, spasm, suppression, separation, tomb, torture, tumor, turbulency. There's a lot of bands called Cerebral something. Cerebral-induced asphyxiation. What the fuck is this band name? What the fuck is a cerebral earthquake? I have no idea. Is that just like another word for like the brain shakes? Is that like shaken baby syndrome with cerebral earthquake? Intestinal parasites, carnivorous controllers of cerebral dough at becoming cannibal mutation attract. At what point does a death metal, like a band name, stop being a name and just become a sentence? Because, like why? And this is here. How can I share my screen? Here, I'm going to share this. Look at this. Like why? And this is their logo. Like, I'm sorry, there's not words here. This isn't anything. This is literally just like, how am I supposed to deduce anything from this? Like, what? Like, what? I don't know. What? We can't see it. Oh wait, sorry. Let me let me share it. Oh wait, can't. The screen's black. Here. Oh, can you guys see it now? Here. Oh, hey, I'm right here. That's cool. Oh, yeah, perfect. See? But, like, look at this. How are you supposed to discern literally anything from that? Yeah, no, that's... I have no idea. Yeah. I thought Metal Archives didn't allow gore noise, lol. I don't know. The archives are a very strange and inconsistent place. Like I don't know. Like their whole the archives. I use the archives a lot. It's a great resource, but goddamn, they're so strange sometimes. Like they don't like recognize like death grind as a genre. Like they don't use that term. They always say death metal /grindcore or grindcore /death metal. They also don't recognize war metal as a genre, which I just find kind of odd. And even like I don't know, there's like a bunch of bands that are like excluded because obviously, you know, they exclude like all like new metal bands and like most metalcore, deathcore bands and all that. Like I still find it weird that Suicide Silence is not on the archives when like every other like major deathcore band from that era is on the archives. Like Whitechapel's on the archives, Job for a Cowboy's on the archives, Despised Icons on the archives. And like pretty much all the deathcore bands, pretty much like from that era, are on the archive. So I don't know why they give the middle finger to Suicide Silence. Here, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now, just because I think we got the point with this terrible logo. There we go. That's so stupid. They're starting to allow core bands on now. I see the label deathcore on there now. They should allow all metalcore and punk adjacent shit on. It's all extreme music. Yeah. I mean, I get wanting, like, trying to be, like, because obviously you can't just allow, like, everything that's just, like, heavy on there. So, yeah, but, like, that's, like, weird, because they also have, like, a bunch of, like, just, like, old, like, hardcore punk bands that, like, aren't, like, really metal, you know, like Cro-Mags is on the archives, but like Agnostic Front is not. All Out War is on the archives, but Earth Crisis is not. Vision of Disorder isn't on the archives. I don't know. They're just such a weird, inconsistent like thing. Or even like for a while, like Russian Circles like wasn't on the archives, and they only let them on there with their last album. Or even like Meshuggah. Like Meshuggah is only on the archives because of their early like thrash metal stuff. Like, how do you listen to an album like Obscene or Chaos Fury and be like, nope, this isn't metal? Like, what? That makes no sense to me. And also, they don't have any of the other gen bands on here. So if you go to the similar artists tab for Meshuggah, it's just like a bunch of bands that personally I've like never like heard of, like Scamp. Like, who's Scamp? Like, no disrespect, obviously, but like, when I think of bands that are similar to Meshuggah, the first band that comes to mind is not Scamp from Denmark. It's just too inconsistent at this point. The only solution is to just do away with the barriers. I mean, I would agree that like some barriers should probably be put like, you know, in place. Like, obviously, I don't think, you know, like Blink-182 should be on the metal archives or anything, but I would agree for like easing the barriers. Like, they've got so many like proto metal like artists on the archives too. Like, they got like Deep Purple and Thin Lizzy, and fucking Rush is just on the archives. They don't even say Rush is metal. Like, literally, it just says progressive rock, and they're on the archives for some reason. It's like, with that, it's just kind of like, why is like Deep Purple like on the archives, and why is Thin Lizzy on the archives, but Uriah Heep is not on the archives? You know, like, why is Uriah Heep not on the archives? Why is, you know, like, why aren't these other, like, heavy rock bands from that? Why isn't Led Zeppelin on the archives if you're going to put Deep Purple and Thin Lizzy? You know? I don't get it. What's up, dude? Didn't know you're on stream? Yeah, what's up, Jason? How you doing, my man? Yep, been streaming for about an hour at this point. We'll probably go for, I don't know, maybe another hour or so. Like, yeah, I don't get it. Like, it's just such a weird thing with the archives. I mean, yeah, they got, like, see, Rush, literally just progressive rock, so I don't, Zepp isn't on there, but Thin Lizzy is what? Yeah, exactly. It's like for me, Thin Lizzy and Led Zeppelin really are not that far off from each other in terms of, like, heaviness. And, like they're exactly the same thing. Like, honestly, like, they're, like, with both bands, like, a third of their entire back catalog is, like, acoustic, like, folk songs, basically. So it's like, they're pretty much on the same level of heaviness, but one is on there and one isn't. So I don't get it. I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, you know. I mean, I love all these bands. No disrespect to them or anything. And obviously, I understand the logic behind putting them on the metal archives, because, like, even they were very influential metal bands, without a doubt. Like, you know, Thin Lizzy pretty much, you know, influenced the whole new wave of British heavy metal with their, like, twin guitar harmonies. But, like, why put some proto metal artists but not put others? That's kind of a thing I don't really get. And also for me, like maybe that honestly makes it a little bit more sense because, it's called Encyclopedia Metallum. Like, why not put more like artists that like influenced metal, even if they're not necessarily metal in and of themselves? Because it's like you want to be an encyclopedia of metal, like you should tell the history of metal, like how different outside influences showed up and helped the music kind of evolve in a way. I feel like that would actually be pretty cool, But getting notifications on my phone. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just kind of the end of that's just my 2 cents on the whole metal archives situation. Great resource, just very weird, inconsistent rules. Yeah, facts is my argument for allowing punk and core bands. They undoubtedly influence the creation evolution of metal, for better or for worse, whether it's stuff you like or don't. Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm personally not the biggest like fan of punk, but I do respect punk a lot for how it influenced metal bands. Like, we wouldn't have thrash metal without punk. We wouldn't have metalcore without punk. We arguably wouldn't, by extension, we wouldn't have black metal or death metal without punk, because we wouldn't have black metal or death metal without thrash metal. So yeah, I totally agree with that. Listen to the new Spirit World album today. It was solid. Spirit World. I don't know if I know that band. I've seen like reviews for this one. I haven't seen them, but I've seen them in like, because like people I know, but people I channels I watch or have reviewed it. Have not checked it out yet, but though it's like death thrash metalcore. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know this band. Country punk, country/punk, early death thrash metal, hardcore later. Westerns, horror, anti-Christianity, paganism. Any thoughts on Cradle of Filth? Have not heard it. I am not a Cradle of Filth fan. Like musically, I think they're solid-ish. It's the fucking vocals that get me with that band. Like, dude, the fucking baby shrieks. Why? Why do you do them? Like it. Oh my god, his vocal cords are just the wall for me. Like again, musically they're pretty all right, but like the fucking, oh my god, because his other vocals are like pretty okay, but like the fucking baby shrieks, Danny, why do you do them? You're like 4'3", like stop, just stop doing that. Like, please, just stop. Their band photo looks like a Cordos Banda group ha a huevo compa. Sorry, is that Spanish? I don't speak Spanish at all. I barely speak my first language, which is English, but yeah. Da, 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 da. I'll probably I'll give it a chance just to see, just to see what it's like. Have you listened to Limbonic Art or Obtained Enslavement? All right, again, two more bands that I should know, but I do not, just because I'm stupid, I guess. But yeah, no, I haven't really listened to much of either. I've heard a few songs from Obtained Enslavement, and I really like them. Limbonic Art, I really don't know much about them. I know they're like symphonic black metal from Norway. Yeah, I need to check it. I need to check them out though. But Obtained Enslavement, I've heard, again, not like a full album, but a few songs. I do like Obtained Enslavement. But yeah, I still need to listen to like a full album, admittedly. Again, bands I should know, but yeah, exactly. These are names I know, but I don't know shit about them. I know like a little bit about each of them, but again, like I should know more, but I just don't. So yeah. I don't know. I'm not like an expert on metal by like any means. Like there's still so many bands out there that like I should be familiar with, but I still just have not heard, just because haven't gotten around to it yet. And there's so many goddamn metal bands out there, and I mean, yeah. I mean, what can you do, right? Like what can you do? Sorry, just good. Quick stretch. Yeah. There we go. Not the most comfortable, chair in the world, but hey, it gets the job done. So, pretty thirsty. I'm going to be right back. So I'm just going to quickly, can't be next mail till you're like 30 or 40, just because the sheer hours required to listen to even just the most important bands in each genre/scene. Yeah, no, I would agree. Like, I think all the like metal YouTubers who like grew up, like especially those who like grew up during that time, who were kids growing up in the 80s and the 90s, have been around much longer than I have. Like those guys, for the most part, their knowledge I think is like pretty insane. And yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna go get some water because I am quite thirsty. So don't go nowhere. I'll be back in just a quick minute. Here's there any way I can like no? All right. Here, should I put on like a picture of like actually here, hang on, let me just because I feel like it'd be pretty awkward if it was just like nothing here but me and just like just my door. And it's fine here. I'm just going to put my mic on mute. And then, anyways, I'll be right back. I'm getting water because I am going to die of thirst if I do not. So I'll be right back. All right, I am back with the water, so I shall not die of thirst. Cheers. This got us over Christmas, by the way. Saxon beer glass. I don't drink beer out of it because, I don't drink beer, but, Death Heaven versus Alcest. I don't listen to either. I'd probably take Alcest because I respect Alcest a little bit more than Death Heaven. Death Heaven is just... Oh my god, it's the most boring shit that ever existed, honestly. I'm like asking if I prefer to take sandpaper or a cheese grater in my asshole. Yeah, both would really hurt. I mean, I feel like maybe sandpaper would hurt a little bit less, so I guess I'll take the sandpaper. So Alcest. Dudes like Fran the Man, More Than Red, etc. blow me away with how encyclopedic their knowledge is. Oh yeah, those dudes. Again, much more knowledgeable than like, than me, especially since like I've been listening to metal since I was like, like 11, 12 years old, probably 11. I'll say 11. Give myself a little bit more credit, but yeah, I'm nowhere near as knowledgeable as these people. These people have been around the metal scene for decades, you know. Yeah. A wing my way, 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 a wing my way. I only just got into obtaining enslavement a few months ago, so you're good, lol. Yeah, no, I'll get around to them more eventually. There's again, it's still just more bands I need to get into, just because again, there's so many out there, and yeah. Sup, Gringo? How you doing, man? Hey, man, not really a music question, but do you game at all? Like video games? You mean? A little bit, not anywhere near as much as I used to. I used to play video games like all the time, but now I play them just like from time to time. If I have like literally like nothing else to do, I'll just play a video game. But I mean, otherwise, I'm usually busy with other stuff because I got school, I got work, I got other things just going on. So, but I do play from time to time. I do enjoy like Call of Duty, Rocket League. I play a bit of Rocket League, even though I suck ass at it. I do still, enjoy it. What else? Like Fallout, I do play Fallout. I'm honestly reaching close to that age because I turned 27 in less than 3 months. And I've been in this for 11, almost 12 years. So I think I'm gravitating to learning more of lore lately. Lol. Yeah, I get that. I see you put out a Droot album review. Yes, I did. Yep. Brand new Droot album came out yesterday. I listened to it and I fucking love it. I mean, I love Droot. They're my favorite black metal band. So, one of my homies was globally ranked on Rocket League, like 257th or something like that. That's pretty cool. I don't think I'm like 257th in everything, honestly. Like I don't know, I'm maybe 258th in terms of like coolest people in my family, I guess. Like honestly, I feel like my like great my grandfather who was like killed because he ate a poisonous berry or something is probably cooler than me. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Oh, nice big Fallout fan myself. Just started watching the Prime series and it's gnarly. I still need to watch the Prime series. I've heard it's really good. Like even like because like I mean obviously I was very hesitant when I first heard about it just because usually like video like TV movie adaptations of video games are almost always shit. But I've heard it's really good, so I still need to watch it though. Really, I don't watch like TV shows that much. I prefer movies to TV shows usually most of the time. So, yeah, dude did nothing with those skills though. He's just a Mexican dude who lives on a ranch. Oh yeah, like even like my parents watched the Fallout show. Like they just randomly like put it on and they said they really liked it. Which they don't even like play Fallout. They don't play video games. They don't know anything about like the game series. They just put it on randomly and said they really liked it. So. Yeah, take that for what you will. My Fallout Audis girlfriend says the Fallout series was valid, so I trust her opinion. I love the Fallout games. That and Elder Scrolls game series is up there with my favorite game series. I haven't played Elder Scrolls, admittedly. I haven't played any of those. The only like Bethesda games I've really played is Fallout. I've only played, admittedly, 3 of the Fallout games. I played 3 New Vegas and 4. I haven't played like the first 2 Fallout games because those are like old ass like computer games too. So. Like I don't even can you even like buy the first 2 Fallout games anymore? Like I don't even know honestly. Silent Hill and the Metal Gear Solid series will always be my favorites, though. I haven't played either of those, admittedly, either. I haven't really played those, admittedly. Silent Hill fans went into fog. Oh, I'm not saying I'm appearing a bit dark on my screen here. Skyrim is definitely a worthwhile play, but will eat up tons of time if you get hooked. Yeah, it's whatever. I feel like that's how it is with like most like RPG games, right? It's like they're fun, but like you are gonna spend a pretty sizable chunk of your life, pouring time into them just because that's how RPGs just kind of go. Yeah, I did lately been moving like kind of like some stuff around in my room, so my like usual like filming setup now is different because originally I had a lamp like directly here in front of me, and it had like a little kind of like a little like rim around it, like a little ledge, and I would put my phone on there and film. But now that lamp is gone, so I have a bunch of old encyclopedias here that I'm using as a makeshift tripod at this point. And then you got a new lamp right over there that you cannot see because it's right over there, and this small lamp right here. So I do film most of my videos usually later at night. So I'm gonna see if I can. I'm just gonna try to experiment more with the lighting and to see like what works and what doesn't. I know there's emulators you could play Fallout 1 and 2 with probably. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about like emulators. There's definitely those too. I don't have the patience for high skill RPGs. I'm more of an action game guy, which is unfortunate for me because they stopped making action games after Bayonetta. Deadass can't think of one since then besides Resident Evil remakes. Yeah, I get that. Like again, RPGs they will take up a lot of your time, especially since especially for me like with Fallout and stuff, because there's so much like replay value in like a lot of RPGs and stuff, and like the different paths you can take and all that. It's like you're gonna play multiple playthroughs. Like you are gonna again waste a very very big chunk of your life playing those games. Nothing like slightly chilled tap water, am I right? Something in my eye. Living organisms went to H2O. Yeah, the H2O certainly do be goated though. H2O the goat. Oh hey, there's a new Haunted album coming out? Hold up. The Haunted. Oh yeah. Huh. There is a new album. That's cool. I did not know that. I'll have to add that to my reviews list. Flotsam and Jetsam's The Cold versus Zentrix's Scourge. I don't know. Neither are like particularly like great in my opinion. Like, Zentrix Scourge. Which one is that again? Is this the one that came out? Oh, this is the one that came out after Kin. I don't know. They're both like not great. I mean, I might say Scourge is like slightly. I don't know. Again, they're really not great. I don't know. Maybe Scourge is like slightly better because I don't really like the Cold that much at all. So yeah, I don't know. I think the Cold was just kind of a big big misstep in their whole catalog. But thankfully, they've changed course and corrected themselves, because the new Flotsam and Jetsam stuff I really, really love. Like, dude, the last 3 albums are, whoo, yeah. I haven't listened to Zentrix. What's a good place to start? For Whose Advantage, their second album. I think that's definitely their finest and most well-rounded album. For Whose Advantage, I mean, it's like just a thrash, classic. I mean, the debut Shattered Existence is pretty good too. Honestly, their last album I thought was like pretty good too. But yeah, I would say definitely start with For Whose Advantage. I think that's definitely their best work. And then I would say you should probably skip Kin and Scourge, because they're both not great. First 2 and last 2 are great. Yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to say. Yeah, definitely. All right, yeah, May 30th, brand new Haunted album. So, yeah, expect a review for when that drops. What the heck is this album called again? Sorry, looking up so many bands, I'm losing track of stuff. Songs of Last Resort. Oh yeah, this is also not a metal question, but do you do something engineering related? I think I saw an engineering book on your bookshelf when I zoomed in on one video you did, lol. No, I don't do anything engineering related. I'm just kind of a nerd, and when I was young, when I was like younger, I used to be much more of a nerd. Like before metal became my main obsession, I did other stuff so I've just got a bunch of like just old encyclopedias and stuff. Like, yeah, I got a book there all about engineering and stuff. Like, it discusses things like, like famous bridges and like famous towers and stuff like that. I also got like a bunch of encyclopedias like about aerial combat and like ships and shipwrecks and like Charles Lindbergh stuff like that. Yeah, and then, yeah, I've got a whole other stack of like old encyclopedias that were at my dad's house over the years. So yeah, I'm just a nerd, and I have a bunch of like stuff that I don't know. I just like reading and learning about this stuff. I'm not an expert on like aircraft or engineering by any means. I just think it's cool, I just like learning about that stuff. Metalheads in STEM? Yeah, no, there's no metalheads in STEM. We're all too, we're too stupid and we're too drunk to actually go out and go to school. All we know is how to mosh and like count to. We only know how to count to 4 because every band goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can only count to 4. We can't count any higher than 4. Metalheads in STEM wasn't actually going to tell me there's polar bears on the moon. Should probably get a haircut. Yeah, whatever. Lars can't even count to 4. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah. Still bits of hair all over my keyboard because cats exist and they shed a lot, and it's like, what the fuck? Why you gotta shed? How long have we been going for now at this point? He's the most successful one of us ever? Yeah. We're cooked? Yeah, pretty much. How long have we been going at this for? Oh, wow. 1.5 hours. I think, what time is it? 5 p.m. now? I think I might wrap this up here, honestly, just because, yeah, I don't know, my voice is getting a little bit tired from talking for like an hour straight, so, yeah, I think I'm going to call it quits here. I totally got to do. I'm a huge bookworm. Yeah, plenty of science, anthropology, psychology books just because I like learning about stuff. Yeah, definitely. Not so much science and anthropology. Like, for me, it's mostly it's mostly kind of like engineering, like history, stuff like that. That's really my stuff that I like geopolitics and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it here. I'm gonna end it right here, just because. Yeah, again, my voice is pretty tired from just talking for an hour and 30 minutes straight. So, yeah, definitely we'll plan on doing much more live streams in the future. Plan on doing them more frequently because it was over a month between this and my last live stream. So, yeah, thank you to everybody who showed up here. Thank you for everybody who's asking questions and stuff. A lot of fun just to sit here and hang out with you guys. Again, definitely plan on doing a lot more of these in the future. So, yeah, I'll see you all. Yeah, I'll see you all later. So, yeah, take care. Have fun. Go out and listen to metal. So, I'm getting it right here. Right. Yep. Peace out, everybody. Rock on. Keep it metal.